All right. So this is my stance on this opinion. This is my views and my opinion only. And I want you guys to get in the comments below and let me know your thoughts as well to what I am speaking about, as you can see from the title of this video. So without further ado, let's get into this, man. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Prim Senpai from Prim Senpai Sports. Leave a like on the video, comment, and subscribe as well. All right, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase here and say my opinion on what I think this is. Yeah. So I don't think we are allowed to enjoy ourselves while watching football, and also we're not allowed to enjoy ourselves when we are on the pitch. So why are the English media against skillful dribblers or flary players? Why? You know, we had an instance where Ryan Cherky, Man City player, they played Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. They did lose 2-0, which is both goals were from Nico O'Reilly. Very good headers. So they obviously, Man City were cruising in the second half, winning 2-0. Cherky got the ball from I think it was a cross into him. He chested it, then controlled it with his feet and started to do kick ups. Whilst he was doing kick ups, you saw, was it Gary Neville or someone else, whoever who was commentating and said, "Oh, the manager wasn't like that. Oh no, no, you can't do it right there because if Arsenal score, is a big issue." And it brings the question: are players allowed to express themselves when playing football? And for me, like I just feel like the media, the way players are criticized by showboating or by expressing themselves as a player, and obviously Man City went to go and win that game, and I got a quote from Cherky when he stated this. Cherky says, speaks on showboating versus Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. Cherky said, "People think it was disrespect. No, it was intentional. I grew up watching Nani in the FA Cup doing the same thing to Arsenal. Pure confidence, pure freedom. So I had a moment, I did it for a reason, not just to entertain, but to remind them. Some clubs, when you feel they're vulnerable, you don't just beat them, you play with them. I knew Pep Guardiola didn't like it, and I respect him. So if there's anyone to apologise to, it's to Pep. But to the Arsenal fans, I am not sorry." That's it. And for me, you deserve a bomb. Do you know what I mean? You deserve, because why? Why should he apologize for something that he's just, all he's doing is just hold on, you can't even hear it. This is the bomb. That's it. Why should he apologize? Apologize for what? He hasn't done anything. Like, if that was me, you know, maybe it depends on the player or who it is in general. I like to watch entertaining football. Gone off the days, yeah, where it was just 4-4-2 system years ago in the Premier League. You'd play 4-4-2, win by any means, that's it. People slide tackling, being a showboating player, yeah, there's obviously pros and cons to it. But we had so many players. I'm going to list these players to you right now, yeah, who, of the showboating nature, and it's ridiculous. Because without those players, the league wouldn't be how it is right now. It would not be how it is right now. There's so many players. If I list you a player of the Premier League, yeah, you're gonna be thinking to yourself, "Oh yes, I remember." Listen, yeah. Hatim Ben Arthur from Newcastle. Ben Arthur possessed incredible dribbling ability and could beat defenders with ease. His problem was consistency and application, but his raw talent was undeniable. That's it. We had so many. You got Victor Moses. You remember Victor Moses from Wigan? He went to Chelsea. That spark from Chelsea really made him name for himself. Yeah, we know who these we had. Adama Traore when he went to Wolves, the pure pace and power. When he was just there running, no one can beat him. 1-2 skill, quick step into the wing, gone. That's that, and he had charisma when he was at Chelsea. Skillful player. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, British media need to understand that we need entertainment players like this. Otherwise, for me, football is gonna be too boring. Is the game gone? You know they will say, "Oh, the game is gone. The game is gone." I need something to be like, "Oh my gosh, I remember that moment." Yes, you can say, okay, the backfire. You can be like, "No one's gonna remember their skills." Yes, they will. We will also remember the goals at the end of the game, because if Arsenal go to win that game, you're gonna remember Turkey. If Man City win that game, you're still gonna remember Turkey. So, by any ways, if I'm paying to watch a football match, I don't want to pay to watch boring football. And that's why this is called entertainment. You also had Firmino from Liverpool when he was there. This guy was doing flicks and tricks. That's why when you watch Sky Sports here, there's a segment of the show back in the day, or actually no, before Sky Sports, there was, who remembers Soccer AM? We always, when I was younger, yeah, there was a show called Soccer AM, yeah, and in that Soccer AM bit, there was I think it was at the end, it was called, there was one called Skill School, where there was two people against each other, they used to do kick-ups. But at the end of the show, or at Soccer AM, they would do, I think it's every Friday, they would do showboating. Showboats of the week. If you guys remember that, yeah, showboats of the week in Soccer AM, where they will show you like 5-minute clips of every player. And I used to watch that religiously. Like I used to watch Soccer AM like nothing. I was glued to the TV. And as someone who did play football, it made you want to do that stuff on the pitch as well. So as a player, I think I was watching some other creators as well. They were talking about this is only just in England. In other leagues, this is respected. I think just the English leagues, doing skills or having that flair in you is very frowned upon, you know, and that's bad. And listen, I have other players as well. That we have the main man, Cristiano Ronaldo. When he was at Man United, you saw the skills there, twisting up Ashley Cole, Gilberto Silva, down the wing. That famous Ronaldo skill when he was doing the chop. That's why they call it the Ronaldo chop. All these games that you guys are playing right now, yeah, the FCs, the FIFAs that you guys are playing right now, why did they implement skills? So you can express yourself on the pitch. You had Thierry Henry. Was he the first one to do the fake pass? With the, you think you're gonna pass with his right foot, he ends up passing with his left foot, faking it. We all know that Thierry Henry pass. You know, things like that are what the game is meant to be like. We had Nani from Man United. We know who Nani is. Top skiller. Top skiller. He'll always be on the pitch, left, right, left, right. You don't know where he's going. Yes, I can understand there's many thoughts about doing skills, but I feel like in general, the media just don't like it. They just want the boring football. Oh yeah, pass to him. Oh, he passed to him. Oh, he passed. Like, we don't want to see that. We want to be entertained. When you go to a show, yeah, you want to be entertained. And that's why also in football, they brought in these players, these flary players who are technical and can also bring the same entertainment value to the games that you're watching. Next one, JJ Okocha, when he was at Bolton. Yeah, you don't remember him? Famous for doing skills. Famous. Yeah. Rainbow flick. Anything. Free kick, he's there. Entertainment. Next one, David Ginola. You don't remember him? Some people don't remember him, but when he was at Tottenham, yeah, dribbling. And I just listen, Man City, Robinho. Yes, you can say he was overdoing it, but we remembered Robinho when he came. Had a short time at Man City, but we still remembered him. Then you had, in the newer ages, Saint Maximin. Yeah. Alan Saint Maximin, when he was there. We all remembered him. And I remembered him for doing that skill. Remember, he was at the near the corner flag and he was just dribbling left, right, left, right, left, right. And then that became a meme. So we all remember the game, yeah, for all these things. And for me, I'm just thinking to myself, I like to watch the game. I like watching football in general. But at the same time, I want to be entertained. Like I said, when you pay for a game, you don't want to pay to watch. That's why sometimes when the game is finished 0-0, you're thinking to yourself, oh, that was a waste of money, wasn't it? You know, I understand sometimes the English media, I feel like because they didn't have that in their time, they're unfortunate to experience it how it is right now. So going back to that Turkey incident when he just did simple kick-ups, you do that to rile up the opposition fans like he did. You know, why are these things accepted in other leagues, but in the Premier League, that's when it's not accepted? We had Riyad Mahrez. Do you not remember Riyad Mahrez? Every time fake shot. This guy will cut inside every moment. Yeah? Riyad Mahrez is known for his incredible dribbling, especially cutting inside from the right wing into his left foot and scores a finesse. Yeah? Next one. Paul Pogba. We know Pogba. This guy can ping the ball. If I was in space and I say, Pogba, listen, I need to cross the ball in, this guy will ping it to where I am. Pogba's time at United was a mixed bag. He certainly had moments due to showboating brilliance. His flicks, passes, and long-range shots could be spectacular. They were. Remember that shot? We all remember that long shot from Juventus when he came in. You know, there's many other players who were there. Here's an honourable mentions. We had Berbatov. Remember that Berbatov spin at the end of the near the goalkeeper's the line, near the corner flag. That little spin that he did, and he passed it. I think Ronaldo or Rooney scored, one of them. Johan Balassi. Remember the Balassi flick near the throw in. That little flick. That's what I'm saying. We remember these moments. Yeah. You could say Luis Suarez was there. He had his own thing. Daniel Sturridge had his own thing. You know, all these players. Yeah. That's what brings the game to life, in my opinion. We had Taarabt. Adel Taarabt at QPR. We all remember him. Yeah. Taarabt was supremely talented player who at times seemed more interested in entertaining than to be effective. We understand. Now, obviously, I'm going to give you the cons because there's also so many cons, but forget the cons right now. Yeah. Here are the top 10 players known for their showboating tendencies drawn to the European leagues. Like we got Neymar. Neymar was the guy. We all know about Neymar. On the ball, technical gifted. You know, very good at flicks and tricks, rainbow flick step overs. Ronaldinho. That's my guy, Ronaldinho. Yeah? Ronaldinho. Yeah? The master of the unexpected. Ronaldinho's smile and his infectious skills were breathtaking. He played with joy and freedom. That's what leading back to what Turkey was saying. When you have, yes, I understand some managers, yeah, you need to like train those players and be like, you know what, guys, we know you just want to do skills, yeah, but let's play the game. The game is the game. Let's just play it. Yeah. Marcelo, you're telling me man's attacking runs from left back was a part of Real Madrid's success. He was known for his dribbling skills, flair, and ability to create chances. This guy was doing skills. Him and Ronaldo. Yeah. Devastating. There's more. Frank Ribery. We know Ribery. Ribery's both feet running. Skill where he will skill you up. Yeah, we know this. There's so many. Then you got Vinny Jr., of course. You got Depay. You got Awar, Houssem Awar from Lyon. Now he's at Roma. We know these. Do you know what I mean? There's so many. You got Dembele, Nabil Fekir. You got Soufiane Boufal. Remember him? Paqueta from West Ham. Varaskelia from PSG. We have so many techie players. Lamine Yamal now we have. Rashford we have. You know. You had even Grealish at sometimes were doing not skills as much, but his dribbling ability to create fouls and create those chances for key players. He was an asset for Aston Villa. You know, then when he went to Man City, sometimes it happens. You know, Raheem Sterling didn't do as much skills, but his dribbling ability has improved. You know, we did a lot. Saka, you can say sometimes Saka sometimes. You know, Luis Diaz. Remember Luis Diaz? When Luis Diaz first came to the Premier League, wasn't he doing the no look pass every time? Every time he passed the ball, no look, no look, no look. Yeah, we remember as fans. Maybe I'm talking about myself. Yeah, as fans, we remember these things because it's a key factor of playing football with freedom, playing football with just the ability just to be yourself. Even me, when I like, I don't know where you guys have it, but we have for things called goals over here, or like a five-a-side. When you play in those five-a-side, you want to express yourself, show your ability. So I don't know why it is frowned upon. Let me give you the cons of why it's frowned upon. Yeah. So here are the reasons why these dribblers, well, the media don't like it actually. Let's say so. The fear of overdoing it, and that's true. Sometimes when you're doing a skill, you can get caught up because we have seen people do skills like, for example, Anthony, that one Beyblade spin that he did, the Beyblade. Yeah, that's all we remember him for. But look at him now. He had his patch at Betis shining. Anthony did a 360 spin, tried to pass it to Casemiro in the box, didn't go there. Now we remember him for that. You know, lack of end product, like I just mentioned. Skilled dribblers often criticized for lack of final ball, the killer pass, or a clinical finish. That's very true. But I feel like there's pros and cons in everything. But what I feel like the media do is focus too much on the cons. Man City are winning 2-0. I understand that Pep didn't like what Cherky did, but it doesn't mean that he needs to be slammed by the media. The English media, for example. I just don't think it's on. Not effective against top defenders. That's a hit and miss, because when Man City were playing Real Madrid, Vini was running the show. He was showboating. There was even one moment. Remember when, let's say Bruno Fernandes, for example, he got the ball got passed into him. Was it against Brighton? I think it was against some team. The ball got played into Bruno. Bruno dummied it. Went through Fulham. Went through Calvin Bassey's legs. Crossed it in. Sesko finish. Turner finish. I think it was was it Fulham? I think it was, yeah. Or West Ham, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below about that one. Crucial differences compared to the other footballing cultures, in example Brazil or Spain. English football has traditionally placed less emphasis on individual flair and more teamwork and tactical discipline. That's very true. Very true. The cultural differences between the English league and Spanish league, Brazilian league, some sort of Italian league, because Italian league is more based on tiki taka. But Brazil and Spain express yourself. I'm not sure about the French league, how it is from there. You have to let me know. But if you're saying, yeah, these flair dribblers are frowned upon, then don't bring them to the English league. Why is the quota of the English league having is it 7 players or 8 players allowed in every team? English players in every team. Get a full squad of 11 English players. If the British media hates skillful dribblers, don't bring them to the English league. Don't bring them to the English league, because why? Are you saying you wouldn't like to see Messi in the Premier League? We saw Ronaldo. You don't want to see Lamine Yamal in the Premier League? We saw Rafinha. Look what he's doing at Barcelona right now. So I feel like there's so many things, yeah, you can put this to, you know. Media hype and pressure. That is very true. The English media are very quick to slate to play. Look at Pogba. When Pogba came, so much slate he got for the media. Now look Look at Isak. Look at Isak. Not getting the same treatment. Look at Florian Wirtz. Came in, not getting the same. And he was also a skillful dribbler as well from the Bundesliga when he came in to Liverpool. Did not get the same treatment that he's getting. Even till now, he's not. So that's it. I just feel like the attitude between it changes, you know. It changes on time, and I don't like it. I feel like the English media needs to be one and be like, okay, cool, this is happening. If we don't like it, that's it. We don't like it. But it doesn't mean that you need to, every player that does a kick up or every player that does a step over, you need to shout at them. I don't think that's right, in my opinion. Yeah, because everyone plays football. I play football. I like to do skills myself. Some people like play football. They like to do skills themselves. Let them express themselves. That's why you brought them to your club to let them express themselves. Yes, the manager's job to rein it in and do it when it's needed. But if that's my original game, if Neymar joins the Premier League, you can't tell Neymar don't do what you meant to do. He's like, what? I'm Brazilian. That's the same thing about the dancing. They like to dance. Let them dance. So that's just my perspective on it. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, it's been your best. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care. Peace.